Taje McCoy, Colorado edge rusher, entered the transfer portal. Matt, this is somebody I thought had played a pretty big role here in Colorado's defensive line, especially last season. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining. He had 4 sacks last year, 23 tackles. Matt, what are your thoughts on this loss for Colorado's defensive line here?
This guy didn't get cut. He got plucked. So I 100% guarantee that he will sign today or tomorrow somewhere, because he got tampered with, 100% tampered with, and plucked. Period. And that sucks. So this is another opportunity to look at the way you're paying the players and what deals you got them on, and see if we need to up the money, because this is the kind of kid you need to keep on the team. Period. Arden Walker and McCoy on the edges would be fucking nasty. Plus all the other freaks that they're rolling through. I mean, Sammy Sachs and all these other guys. But also it opens up more opportunity for them to be on the field. So he's gone and opportunity opens and we're rolling. So, but I guarantee you he got plucked. He didn't get offended by the coaching. He got offered more money somewhere else and left.
Absolutely. And that's huge news, considering our conversation with Hannibal earlier about the transfer portal. So Matt, he got plucked here. I would expect this leaves the way open for Keaton Wade and other edge rushers here at Colorado to step up into that role. You got Arden Walker, who all I've seen from coming out of Colorado is he's had a hell of a spring period here, really setting the tone and is getting ready for another year here. And he's recruiting. He's actively recruiting some guys that he knows or played with, I believe, in the past. I believe Colorado, Missouri edge rusher visiting CU this weekend. So
don't be surprised if the young bucks from IMG fucking step up too. The Merritt, all those guys, they're really good players, and they're pushing the veterans for snaps. So look, turnover's not a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. Losing a good player isn't always a bad thing. It opens up the door for another guy to see if he's just as good or better. So do you want to keep a guy like McCoy? Yeah, you do. But is it the end of the world? Far from it.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And
you see that fucking dime that Juju dropped in practice?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He's going to start. Everybody knows he's going to start.
No, I'm telling you, they're going to start.
Salter's ass is going to be in the transfer portal by fucking summer, homie.
You think Salter's going to the portal? You're crazy. I think they man, you can't.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that in a sec. But going back to what you were talking about, you mentioned the IMG products here at Colorado, the true freshmen, Alexander McPherson and London Merritt. 2 edge rushers / outside linebackers here. I got to show Arden Walker's comments on these guys and their performances here in spring practice here. Take a listen to this, big man.
Your first impressions of some of them, 2 of them young bulls in your edge room, Alexander and London.
They'll be ready. I promise you, they'll be ready. I mean, I'm not sure giving any bulletin board material, but they coming along for sure. They've been learning fast, which I appreciate that for sure. I feel like as a freshman, that's something I was preached to, and I think I've been telling them the same thing. So they've been trying to figure it out because they want to play, and I think they're hungry as well. So I really appreciate that they love the game.
IMG is different, dog. That's why Breck's there. They tried to get Deacon to go down this year. Like they're not fucking around down there. It's professional football at the high school level. Yep. So again, there's this thing. It's called being a professional. And if you act like you're a professional, then you are one. Because that's all it is. It's habit and it's repetition. That's what being a fucking professional is. You don't have to wait until you're 5 years old to figure it out either. You can figure it out at 14 and go get offered and get a bunch of fucking money before you're 21. Yeah. Like my son right now he got invited to Alabama's camp yesterday. Alabama, okay? So now I got to figure out how we're going to get down to Alabama and go play for Catholic and all this shit. Right?
I love it.
It's got to be awesome. But I'm looking at him and I'm like, I know you know because you're smarter than me already, but if you do things right and you stay healthy, that God knows what you could have by the time you're 21 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I get it. And I'm like, cool, good talk. High five. Cool, but not all these kids have me.
Right.
Not everybody has Hannibal as a dad or me or like my boy Derek Blaylock down in Dallas, who his kids in Oklahoma. Like I watch him posting about him all the time. We played in New York together. I remember the day that Coach Mangini said, "Hey, Derek, your wife's pregnant and she's about to have a baby. You need to get out of here." And now his son's playing at Oklahoma and shit. It's crazy. So not everybody has that kind of tutelage, though. A lot of these guys think that like it's all about clout, and it's not. It's not. It's not about chasing it either. All that clout's bullshit, by the way. That's to impress people that you don't even really like. You just work with.
Well said, big man. I love it. And so it sounds like from you, and I think I'm getting this narrative across reports coming out of Colorado. McPherson and London Merritt here are going to step up as true freshmen and potentially play for Colorado here. We see Taje McCoy enter the portal here, and that leaves me excited. And Matt, we've talked about this Colorado defensive line quite a ton here, and I'm sure we will more as we get to Colorado spring game. But Matt, this is something I meant to ask you on Monday here. This happened over our hiatus here. Product of your 6-0 academy, Hudson Steber commits to Colorado. Matt, what are your comments here as his mentor and coach? Go ahead.
Good player. He's going to be at the PWO up there, so we'll see what happens. But the huge opportunity for Huddy. He worked his ass off. They really liked his versatility and the fact that he can play center at a high level. So, it's a huge opportunity for him. Also, and I hate to say this, but when you put yourself in this position, if he plays well for 2 years at CU, he's going to get a ringing endorsement in the transfer portal to maybe go start somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So the higher you start, the easier it is to transfer down. If you start down like 1 AA or D2, you better be a bad motherfucker if you want to move up. You better be like that sincerely receiver that we just got.
Brown, yep.
So, I'm pumped for Huddy, but I will say that now you ain't playing at Evergreen no more, homeboy. Welcome to Boulder.